Hi CNET viewers, I'm Don Robbie and this is the Don Robbie Studio.
Soccer, more commonly known as football to the rest of the world, is a massive industry, and there are not too many teams that come bigger than Arsenal Football Club. Robbie Lyle, an avid Arsenal fan, started Arsenal Fan TV to give a platform to its fan base to talk about the good, the bad, and the Arsenal. He launched the channel in 2012 with a borrowed camera and microphone and has since built it into one of the most popular fan channels in the world with over 1 million subscribers.
Third game of the season, we've conceded 8 goals and he's selling defenders. It's Arsenal, yeah? The real team in London. The king of London, blood. You understand? We deserve that victory, blood.
If I work it out, well, it's just over 7 years to get to this stage because when we first started out, it was just one man and a camera. Literally for years, you know what I mean? Just up and down the motorway, following Arsenal. If we were doing any sort of on location shots or shows or anything like that, it was just always just a one camera shot and that was it. I've never sort of borrowed money or anything like that to do this. I've always just sort of done it where anytime I make money, reinvest into equipment. We can literally plot it like this. We started by borrowing a camera, borrowing a microphone, right? And the original camera that we borrowed was a tape camera. So it wasn't even digital. So when we used to film stuff, when we used to go to games and we'd film, say, 2 hours of interviews, we'd then have to wait 2 hours in which for that to process before we could then start editing and get it up. So it used to be a really long process. And I just remember loads of nights, me and my partner like falling asleep and waking up and saying, oh shit, you know what I mean? Now it's processed now, let's edit and stuff like that. It used to be mad.
Well, that's how they started, but just how far have they come from one man and a camera?
My name is Brennan Paul. I work for Aftv and I'm head of production over here. All right, so what we've got over here, we're just setting up a daily show that we do every day. It's called Aftv News Daily. Basically, the setup is a 3-camera setup. We have 3 Blackmagic 6K Pros. They all connect through to an 8M Extreme Pro ISO. We also have our audio and mics. They're the Rode NT1, really good condenser microphones. We use them for podcasts as well. This is one of our main sets that we always use between live streams. So this is the area where the brain, as I said, the operation, the 8M Extreme Pro is a Blackmagic design. Basically all the cameras connect into this one central unit. You've got 8 inputs of HDMI that comes directly from the camera in. At the moment we've got 3 cameras set up for our news daily and you can basically switch between cameras from here and that just gives you a live cut going through into your live streaming software.
To find out more about the crew's gear, head down to the description for more information.
The piece of tech in the studio that's invaluable to me has to be this 8M Extreme ISO. This is a workhorse and it does a lot for us. It's the brain, as I say, of our whole operation, as well as the cameras. I mean, I'm a camera guy and I love a good camera and these Blackmagics have been great, but to bring them all together in this one central unit is the best thing. The piece of tech that has been most troublesome during our live streams has been the PC. I don't feel like it keeps up with what's going on. It takes a lot of processing power, especially when I was talking about the graphics. I would say PCs could be a letdown, but you can get some good ones out there, so we're in the process of upgrading at the moment.
The most challenging aspect of making it to this point has obviously been financial. To get good equipment costs a lot of money. To get a premises, to get a studio in London, close to the Emirates, is very expensive. Once you get the equipment, you need people to run that equipment. So you then got to employ more staff, and and get good staff as well. Because within the space that we do, it's not just about having people that are good cameramen and good you know, sound technicians and that, they also got to love football. With the Aftv stuff we do, we want them to be Arsenal fans. You know, the Don Robbie stuff, they've got to be a football fan really to have that real feel around what they're filming. So, you know, and a lot of the stuff as well as being done in the studio is done out on location. We film lots of stuff out on the road, lots of stuff at the stadium, at other various different stadiums.
This is another set that we use a lot on the match days for the watch-alongs. Got a TV in the background that we just display images, it could be logos or anything during the stream, and tactical pad stuff that we use when we actually analysing the game.
In goal is Aaron Ramsdale.
Yes! Brilliant!
The watch-along format became a staple of the channel after the pandemic stopped fans from going to games. It soon became one of the most popular shows on the channel.
Yeah, we weren't doing watch-alongs until the pandemic. Obviously, we couldn't go to games anymore. No fans allowed at any games. So I sat down and I'm like, well, we need to come up with something that keeps it going. Otherwise, you know, what can we do? So I very quickly, in my head, said to myself, well, let's do watch-alongs, because there's been a couple of channels that did watch-alongs, but I wanted to do them in a way in which would involve fans and not just on stream. So I checked out all of the COVID laws at the time, and we sort of created it wasn't really a studio, it was an office that we was in Trafalgar Square, but we just created like a socially distant space in which we could film. And you know, basically anybody who came into the office, we did all the checks on them and temperature check and all that. And then we sat everybody in a socially distanced 2 meters apart space, and then we filmed. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I thought to myself, it would be okay, but it just blew up and became really, really popular. And now it's become a fully fledged part of what we do. It's kind of been one of the things that we have developed out of the pandemic and learnt throughout the pandemic, and we've honed it, made it better. Hence why I was like, well, we need to get it into a proper studio where we can do it really, really well. So the watch along was doing as good as when we were doing the games before, which we were averaging probably about 15 to 20 million views a month. Numbers have gone up, you know, across all platforms because of the watch along. And what we found so really good about the watch along is that we used to have dead spots during the day. Like for instance, when the game's on. So obviously we interviewed a lot of fans after the game, and we did some stuff before the game. It's always very difficult when you're on location to get, you know, a good internet quality to upload videos and that before games, because so many people turn up and, you know, they're probably using the same signal and your signal just drops. But what with the watch along now, we can keep it going. So we can do a starting 11 and have a real proper debate about that before the game. We can do a match build up before the game. We can do the watch along, and that can continue throughout the game. Then after the game now, we can do like we've got this show called a full-time show on Aftv, where people can send in their own videos, you know, reacting to the result and how they felt about it. And those are features that we just didn't have before. And then after that, you'll see the videos coming up from outside the game. So it's more of a complete package. And on the Don Robbie set, you know, Don Robbie side of things, it's enabled us to do these incredible watch-alongs where we can have fans of the different clubs in the studio, those real authentic fans. I mean, we had a game yesterday, Man City, Liverpool. Brilliant watching it, you know what I mean? Liverpool fan on one side, Man City fan on the other side.
Yes! Get in! Yes! What? Get in! Say what? Get in! Yes!
Their reactions to the goals and their knowledge around their club is second to none. When you're watching it, you're just like, wow. So all of these things probably wouldn't have been possible, or would have been possible, but we might have been way down the line had it not been for the fact that we were kind of forced into moving quickly on it because of the pandemic. The end goal for me on Aftv, and also the Don Robbie channel, I always have to factor that in now because that's growing so big at the moment, is basically to be a media company, to really be a media company that competes with the best of them, but is always fan driven. It's always about the fans. It's always about giving fans, amplifying the fans' voice, getting fans' opinion. You know, whether it be on AFTV, fans talking about Arsenal and their love of Arsenal and what they like and what they don't like. And, you know, we've got that on AFTV. And then on the Don Robbie channel now, we've got fans talking about, you know, of all different clubs, whether it be a Burnley fan or a Man United fan, talking about their club and really giving an insight. So that's the end game. It's all about keep working hard, keep building, keep reinvesting, and just keep, you know, as well, you know, finding those brilliant fans out there that, you know, have got great opinions and giving them a chance to have their say.